Well, you are you bringing food and ale to the rest of the people?
Yeah. He'll have to ask Morgan about Mordred Morgan Mordred about that. So how he's thinking some sort of rationing is in order because finite resources and infinite
Right.
demand.
He's actually working on that, actually.
Hmm.
Actually, Mordred actually seeks Hastus out during the day, so...
Oh, good. Yeah, Hestus probably tell Mordred about the situation with the ill people. They brought something in from the city, perhaps.
I see. Well, I have brought you a updated bit of the law. I believe you'll find that this compromise will suit the both of us.
Aye?
I don't have it written up, but
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer. But basically, with that role, he was like making a union of the two laws to make it like a nice compromise between like having a strict enough punishment that people will like obviously not go around and break the law willy-nilly, but also there will be like investigators and courts of juries and whatnot.
Hestus is pleased.
And he brings forth a few suggestions on like rationing. I don't know if there's definitely not like a knowledge mathematics, so I guess that'd just be like a praise or
Intelligence.
something like that. I can roll that. 12.
Intelligence.
Well, that's just what I assume it is. Maths is normally intelligence. I don't think
There is actually
skill.
knowledge mathematics, but it's not really
Is
an
there?
adventuring skill. Yeah, there's an infinite number of knowledges, just so long as your GM permits you to take them.
You could have knowledge potatoes.
Well, you probably want to go a bit more general than that.
But what
That'd
if
be
you
more
just...
like lore. That'd be more like a lore skill. Lore potatoes.
Knowledge sausages.
Knowledge sausages. Sausage lore. Come, children. Let me tell you the tale.
Also, along with the
sausage.
laws, he has like there's like a couple things like maybe in the future this obviously isn't a problem now, but he also suggests like maybe if we start getting a couple like mages in here, we should like have some like magic licenses so like kind of keep track of who has magic and who doesn't in the settlement, just
Yeah,
for safety
that'd be-
reasons.
that'd be useful.
Hastus would remember
And-
that Melina brought up that possibility.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Also crafting licenses.
Licensing.
Um,
caps.
And also, he suggests that his cohort, Dame Thalash, was originally a guard in her a few years ago before she was brought into the House Alessandra, and she could drill the soldiers in the differences between being law enforcement and a soldier.
Interesting. Estes thinks that might be useful, but he'd have to talk to Fior. Right now, he says his men aren't a regular army, they're mercenaries, which means they're hard. They're hard, certainly, but it's a bit different. A bit different. He's thinking of heading over to Serendipity soon, after they've got all the food and rationing set up. It's been a while since he's checked in on Yasin, and he hasn't heard from him.
Yeah, if that 12 gives me a decent plan of rationing, then that should help a little bit.
Silence.
Apologies. What was the roll for?
That was basically like an intelligence roll on like mathematics on like properly rationing the beer and the food and that sort of thing.
Okay. So,
How long can we make it last?
are you've got access to, or by the end of the day, you'll have access to the well.
Mm.
So the question is, do you want to water down the ale?
Yeah.
That
Well,
that would probably double the amount of time in terms of, because the six barrels will probably last 3 days with rationing on its own, or 12 days with mixed with water.
Hastus thinks that if we give them the ale straight up, it might reduce their tolerance for hardship, which is something they need to keep up at the moment.
Right.
So it might be wise to ration it in that way. Although he's not sure how the brewer will react to that, but perhaps he doesn't care. Hastus thinks there's a reasonable chance. Yeah, he got paid, and he probably saved some of it for himself.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't suspect it'll make me too popular.
In terms of
But-
food, that's more of an issue because the people that you had previously and quite successfully hunting, you've had all allocated to different jobs. So
And there was also Styx and Ricky that was getting a lot of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And
yeah. So I mean, like, half the Iron Wings and Styx and Ricky did a good job previously, but they've all been doing other things now. So
Food store is running low.
basically, people are boiling bones in pots. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's not a question of running low. There is no 7-Eleven here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, but they're done with the barn now, aren't they?
No,
No.
not done.
Oh,
I described that they had. So
they
they've
have the
done.
skeleton.
They built the frame,
All right.
and they've managed to clear the well. And you expected them to do one of those, not both.
Yeah, that's
They've done
pretty
well.
good progress.
I am back.
welcome back.
Under construction. Well, what are we gonna do for food?
Hmm. It's going to take some time to farm that wild rye, unfortunately.
Yep.
We don't have a mill.
Well, we can always hand process it with the rocks. Not the most palatable, but doable.
Well, I suppose that we could see what we can do in order to acquire some hunting. It's about the only solution that we have at the moment.
Yes. If we had a big enough stew pot, maybe we could keep everyone from starving. They'll be on starvation rations, most likely, but
It's inevitable.
Hass just shakes his head as he remembers things.
It's not the best position to be in, yes, but unfortunately, we have to work with what we have.
True enough. Well, perhaps we can get... Let's discount it. I don't suppose Dame Thalash would be interested in hunting.
It's not necessarily a strong suit. She could make the attempt.
I think someone has to try.
Hmm. Let's see. Does she even have survival? I don't think she does. And she has a rank in it, so she could make the attempt, but
Oh, good.
Probably couldn't get
And she
enough.
can take 20.
oh, okay.
Yeah, if you have at least one rank, you can take 20.
So she can take some time to do so. So she'd get a 25. So it's not the best, and she wouldn't be able to feed, a ton of people, but
Yeah, but also keep in mind that typically taking 20 takes 20 times longer.
Yeah, but we're using the overland travel rules, and that'll take a whole day to forage if you want to take
Yeah.
20 on something. So,
Sure.
not the worst.
yeah, sure, she takes 20. She'll gather what she can.
Write it up in the chat for when Eager gets back.
All right.
So we've got at least one person gathering some stuff.
And hopefully I'll be helping with the extortion stuff, basically, from that view soon enough.
Yep, Hassa says, I guess we'll have to centralize the rationing, and then we can hand out the watered-down beer while we're at it.
Sounds like a good decision to me.
Tasha just goes, this fucking sucks.
Well, I don't think you should blame yourself. I think you should blame the person who decided to create the settlements without having these essentials already prepared in mind.
Yeah, that person must have been an idiot.
Hasta sighs.
So who was
I
that
know.
first?
That would be Melina von Witt.
I've heard
The
she can
bull.
be a handful. I've made jokes that my sister can be a handful, but not quite to this extent.
Hasta says, she's a very bold thinker. Not the most circumspect.
Even Lilendra at least relies on her wits.
Hasta says, she was most definitely a genius, but not in the field of city planning.
Few adventurers have proficiency planning.
No plan survives first contact.
No plan survives first contact with the wilderness.
Yep.
Alright, Ego, we have one person out there.
Hunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Hastus will also ask Andoran to go with her, and I think he might be able to as well, taking 20. He wouldn't get a very high result at all. He's not terribly good at it. Yeah, he'd get a 19 if he took 20. So not very good. But better than 15.
Better
Okay.
than 10.
You reckon with what they bring back, what you could do is combine the game and roots that they found with the ale and make like some kind of stew.
Yeah.
That's probably your best bet.
Yeah. And we-
Add water. You'll probably have to add water to bulk it,
Mhm.
and then that would be sufficient to feed the settlement today.
Just today. Well, we're living day by day, so let's do it. Yes, it
When are we
says drop
expecting
some
this
water, get
first?
some fire started.
When are we expecting this first caravan?
Oh, we're not expecting a caravan for a while. What we are expecting is the foraging group to come back with all that rye. in a few days. So
Our
this will buy us
Frosians
some
will
time.
starve. Just having flashbacks to Stronghold 2.
Living in the wilderness sucks. And you've got 60
Yeah.
people who can't hunt. Where it's too dangerous for them to hunt.
60 people, and most of them apparently have no profession aside from taking up space.
A lot of them have professions that have nothing to do with living in the wilderness. It's like at least 20 of them are just like day wage workers, or involved in like in-staffing.
A call blue walks by. I take offense to that.
Well, if we stick to that, you don't work, you don't eat, then maybe we could get them to do something at least.
Yeah, they can at least labor.
Yeah, I mean, we could get them to help with that barn. The soldiers could direct them.
It's also kind of has to see as like it's squandering whatever talents they may actually possess, but I mean, they got to do something.
They gotta do something. I mean, when they have the positions available, they could maybe put those talents to use. But as right now, we just need the hard labor.
We are starving.
Okay.
Yep.
Sadly,
So
nobody
perhaps
has the profession.
Perhaps while we're giving them the food, we can start like trying to marshal them to get them to head out in groups and collect their own, help work for their own food by collecting it.
Mhm.
Hastus mutters something about this turning into a collectivist's worst nightmare.
No. Yeah. How's this?
Joff? Fior.
Yeah. There are some grumblings with these folk from the city. Something about rumbly bellies.
Yes, we're trying to address that. We have some
None
game.
of them can hunt. And I already asked when you went away. They all know about lots of city things, but no use out here.
That's just kind of like shakes his fist at the sky. Lena.
The barn's doing well. The little guy seems to know what he's doing.
Good. Good.
And the
There's one thing going.
I tried the water from the well. It's okay.
Yes. Fortunately, it's away from where we've built the tenements. The tent city.
Well, if none of them know how to hunt, we'll teach them. They should learn.
When are we going? Things seem to be, apart from the food, things seem to be okay. No attacks. I was thinking when once we finish the barn and they come back with the grains, we would go and see this friend of yours.
Yes, I was thinking the same.
Yeah, priests, yeah. The men are happy with the coin, but they are restless.
Yes. Yes. We'll head out once we've secured the town's food supply. At least for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
That it is.
Yeah.
Fortunate for us.
Yeah, the brewer, he couldn't stay.
I believe he might object if we tried to get him to leave.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be any more that will those that the fight in the other fort? Do you think there are others looking now for you and this fancy lord from Restov?
Possible. I thought there was some sort of magic scrying on me earlier when we were leaving Serenko.
Ah, I would not mention this to the rest of the men.
Yes.
He makes a warding sign to Goron.
Hastus nods. I think I know who was doing it, though.
No.
Spymaster in Brevoy.
What? What is this spy master thing?
Before Amelie, the cat, she left, she told me that she had received a warning from her mentor that there is this spymaster in Brevoy called the Bear, and he had taken an interest in Melina, and by extension me and us.
Why they care? This is no. Is this even in Brevoy?
Certainly not. We are in no man's land.
So
Although,
why
I
they care?
suppose
Or is it they want this Lord fancy trousers in the tent?
they may want to kill him. I think it's many things at once. I think they wanted to get Melina because she's smart. They wanted to enact vengeance. She cheated them, I think, somehow. So they want her to work for them, but they also want to punish her.
Yeah.
And also they want to kill Darrow over there because it is convenient for them.
I have met Lady Von Witten. I would too like to. Theo would too like to punish her.
Well then.
But I worry that maybe they have a tiger by the tail there, we say. Yeah?
I think if they expose their necks, we shall cut it.
No.
Estus nods. They already failed to kill me once.
Yeah. And now you have fuel. You will be fine. He claps
Estus
on the back. No.
smiles and chuckles.
By Gollum, no. Astus. I want to fight.
Then we shall go looking.
Okay. Anything else people wish to do this day?
I still have that thing I told you about that I gotta do.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Alright, so, while Styx drastically speeds up the progress on the granary, Ricky is going to go and see Tolan.
Okay.
He peeks inside Lucio's tent to see if he's there.
Indeed. You can see that Lord Master Lucio is sitting up. Seems to have seems even to have managed to have brushed his hair. He still looks a mess, but less of a mess. Hasn't managed to shave yet, but he's, you'd say, certainly looking better than last time you saw him. He's there chatting to Tolan. They seem to, by their body language, they seem to get on very well. And there's that other chap seems to be reading from a book. again.
Fully walking inside, pushing the sides of the tin open, Ricky says, "Hey, you look like you're doing better."
I am, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. Have we met?
No, I'm Ricky. I've only really saw you whenever you were out of commission.
Oh, I am feeling much better, thanks to my good friend here. Um, I you are part of the group that my brother has sent to serve me?
Yes, I'm actually here to see about getting something to help the people. The brewer that we've had is wanting to charge insane prices for ale, and it's been difficult to get people to do anything without the ale. So I was hoping that Talon here, I might be able to borrow your um lab, mobile lab for a bit, and hopefully I can get resources from Hastus in order to, well, have a lot more free beer for the people.
That certainly sounds a little radical. Young man.
It's been extremely difficult to get them to do anything without beer. These
Yes, I understand that the this is the case with the poor. Mm, I'm sure, Tollen, we can do something to ease their burden. Yes, Lord, I'm sure we can. Um, uh, young Ricky here has some talent, as I told you. I'm sure together we'll be able to come up with something. Very good, good. Um, have you young Ricky, wasn't it?
yes.
Yes. I would like to talk to Mahastus. Have you seen him?
No, but after I'm done here, I was going to see him, if you'd like me to send him this way.
Yes, please. I have some matters to discuss with him.
Alright.
Perhaps, actually, if you could gather those that my brother has sent, it would be more convenient if I spoke to everyone together.
Oh. Alright, I'll go get everyone. And Ricky goes off. First going to Hastus because there's that matter that he needs to discuss with him.
Alright.
Okay.
Hastus is in his tent.
Which is right next door to Lucio's.
Yep.
So,
He is reading, actually.
Hastus.
Yes?
I didn't really enjoy what happened earlier with the Brio basically extorting the kingdom for drastic prices. I am working on getting Talon's alchemy lab and was planning on making some beer of my own.
Oh?
This wouldn't come at a cost to the people, but I would need the resources to make it.
Which is to say, you want to make some mash out of the wild rye.
Exactly.
I see.
Um,
Well,
quick
I
question.
suppose we'll have to wait. Yes?
Quick question, Nico.
Mhm.
For that DC gave me, was that for a bail or?
That was Your issue is going to be storage.
Okay.
Because whilst you can make it quickly, you've got to have somewhere to store it.
Well, okay. I'm also going to need some wood, so Sticks can make bales to actually store this in.
See, wood is a bit of a problem for us. The Gnaw Marshes are close by, certainly, but part of our agreement with the Fey Lord within it is that we don't chop down any trees, and we don't go hunting within it. He has quite the army at his command, so it's best that we don't upset him.
Well, do you have any other idea of storing the ale? How are you storing what you have now?
Right now, we're just keeping it in the barrels he rolled over to us, which is fine, because it's only... Oh, wait, what?
No, see,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Did we use it up?
No, he said to you, you can't store it in the barrels, because he has to have the barrels to make it.
Right.
So if you remember, he
Where
said,
are we storing it?
I'm delivering it through the barrels, but you've got to find somewhere to keep it so I can have the barrels back and make some more.
Right. But do we have anywhere to keep it?
The charge of rulership has many challenges.
Yes. Great. Fantastic.
Send somebody to town to buy 500 waterskins.
What town?
Also, how long does it take to make beer?
It takes, Ricky...
2 weeks.
It depends.
Oh,
Yeah.
if the number that you gave me was for bales, I can make 2.6 bales a day.
Well, true to the
It's
system.
Pathfinder, so there's magic yeast.
Yeah,
Would Mordred still be there at this point, or is this like later on?
because like beer, like just brewing it takes minimum 2 weeks.
It's probably late afternoon. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
Mordred and Astus might still be kicking around talking about laws.
Yeah. Okay. If he's there, it's like,
in Pathfinder, if you're good enough at making stuff, there's magic, you can make anything in a
Yeah.
very short amount of time.
Yeah.
um,
Just as well.
Oh, I get it.
Hastus, do you perhaps have a source of clay? Of some
Clay.
kind?
What do we know about? Well, we know at
Well,
least
we
the
have
Vicks.
several rivers in the area. If we go there, we might be able to find some clay. Hopefully that might be able to...
We would need a way in order
suppose-
to make the pots with clay, of course. But if we could
Kill one.
salvage, if we could get some of that clay, and we have a person skilled with such a thing, then we could make pots. And that would not require
Pots.
us to get wood.
Pots are a good
Clay would
idea.
be one resource that I would be keeping an eye out for.
Pots are a good idea.
And Styx is decent at making several random items that might be able
Right.
to do this. As long as he has the
So-
materials.
As long as we don't have anywhere to keep the beer, I guess he keeps the barrels that also contain the beer, and we use some of it to make that stew. How much did we use, Ego?
You would have needed to make the stew. You would have needed to you would have needed to, depending on how stingy you wanted to be, you either would have needed to use 2/3 of it or all of it. Because bear in mind, you had 2 people who didn't do a great job on finding food.
Yeah.
So most of your stew will be liquid. You could have probably whipped round and used some hard rations that people had to add to it to bulk it out. but fundamentally, that was your get out of jail for feeding the community today.
Boy. Might have to call Alara back. Sorry, we need you to help feed people. We can't afford to be exploring. Shit.
And none of our
You don't have to
population
feed
is-
Lara or Sana.
Yeah, but there's 60 other mouths.
Yeah. But, I mean, Alara's eating far better than you guys.
Yeah. Unfortunately for us. If she could just take 20 on a survival check for hunting,
I think.
heck, that'd be nice. Alright, so I guess we'll be stingy and bulk it out with some water. Use 2/3 of the ale, which leaves us with, I guess, 2 barrels.
That leaves you 2 barrels, which is, without watering it down, is a day's worth of drink. If you water it down, it's 2 to 3.
Well,
After
That's
that,
rough.
you'll be doing water, which is likely to be unpopular.
so either they can go hungry today, or we only have a few days of beer. Estes looks to Mordred. Caught between the devil and the deep blue sea.
Well, because of the absorptive properties of alcohol, I would, under normal circumstances with water, I would say that having your thirst quenched does help the hunger a little bit. But as it stands, alcohol has absorptive properties which make them even more hungry. So
We'll go with the stew then. Use 2/3 of it, save a little to help deal with the unpopularity until we've secured our grain supply. How's that sound?
sounds reasonable.
Then that is what we shall do.
Where is Jules at this point?
I don't know. I think Jules was talking with the... last we saw Jules, he was talking with the brewer.
Yeah.
And presumably he'll be summoned soon to Mr. Darrow's tent.
Yeah.
Straight up per day, taking 20, Alara could feed 10 people.
I might have something that can help. Might.
Also, because Ricky can't really do anything without the clay, he could go along with Alola, and because she could do it 20 times the time, she could take 20 20s because he allows her to do it. Take a 20
Yeah,
minimum
it's not-
amount of time.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, by all means, go, but it's not. Only part of it may be role dependent. But yeah, I guess from you need the clay, but that means going near one of the rivers. So,
Mm.
and she's gone.
Oh.
She went while Ricky's been doing stuff and interacting with people. So.
Mm.
Okay.
Today she
Oh.
should be fairly easy to find if you put some time into it.
He's not gonna put
Yeah.
time into it.
Oh well.
So, yeah, whenever Styx is done with the granary, they're gonna head out and probably get some of the horses we have and go get some clay.
Alright. So we've emptied some of the barrels. The brewer can get back to work in those at least.
Right.
And the others, we expect, will be depleted over the next few days.
Okay. So is Ricky going around to
Ricky is without really too terribly much to do, and the fact that this is like him talking to people in two tents right next to each other was the only thing he's done so far. He's gonna go out hunting for the rest of the day while Styx finishes up with his granary.
Okay, is Ricky going to mention anything about what Master?
No, because he
Luthor-
completely forgot about that.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine.
He intended on mentioning it, but completely forgot.
That's absolutely fine.
Well, is it like at the end of the day?
No, because this is the first thing he got to do today.
That's fine. So, is there anything anyone wants to do today?
Well, I suppose I'd probably check on Master Darrow since I've been doing it daily.
Yeah. Okay.
As Mordred goes to turn into bed, he puts a new little book in like a sort of makeshift chest that he has. On the title, it says "Just Desserts."
Hastus will bring some
Only the
stew
DM
to
and I know what that means.
Hastus will bring some stew to the ailing military man and his aides.
Excellent. Well, they certainly seem to perk up at that. They look half dead to you.
Jeez. He'll also help care for them.
Mm-hmm.
Spend a little while.
Right. So Julian goes to see Lord Lucian, Master Lucian. Right. You enter the tent, and he's sitting up. Seems to be tucking into a bowl of stew.
Ah, Master Darrow. See, you're feeling better today.
Oh yes. Julian, isn't it? Yes. You're now don't tell me. You're been having problems remembering things recently. You're don't tell me.
Shall I give you
Viserys,
one?
that's right, Viserys. Yes,
Exactly.
you're with the Viserys, aren't you? You spend a lot of time with Lord Viserys' son, don't you?
Yes, we are. He is a good friend and patron, but right now I was sent here by your brother.
Yes, my brother. Yes. How is he? I worry for him. He suffers from pains in the stomach when he at times like this.
He seems to worry more about you.
I'm fine. I'm well, mostly fine. A little tired, perhaps. A bit sore in a couple of places. But
Is the
I could say
alchemist in the room?
Tollen here has been um, a great strength for me. And did you know that he's a noble as well? The son of one of the rulers of Ibari city-states.
I did not. What a small world it is.
Indeed, and getting smaller all the time. That was always our plan, you see, to link things together, make Restov less of a upon the crumbs from Brevoy's table. There should be this settlement. Trading post is not what it was, but we will build it again, no doubt. And there should be people coming from the south and from the west. Have they arrived? Have I missed?
I do not believe any trade caravans have come.
Oh, well then I have not missed them. This is well. I know that the Iron Wings are sending one of their leaders to support me. So I'm expecting them to arrive soon from the west. And then there is a trading caravan from the south, coming from our sister city of our hearts. Though we disagree from time to time, it's true. But yes, a precious cargo nonetheless.
My lord, what day do you think it is?
Sorry? I'm not rightly sure. I seem to have slept for longer than I'd planned. Lady Von Witt, where is Lady Von Witt? I need to talk to her. My brother's a little worried about something we did. Got quite cross with me, actually.
Lady Von Witt is not presently in the settlement.
Oh? Where has she gone? Has she gone back to Restov then? I'm not sure that's wise.
I'm not entirely sure where she's gone. That you would have to ask Hastus that.
Well, where is Hastus? I expected him to be here hours ago. Where is he? There was another small fellow like yourself, Julian. I told him to go and fetch everyone.
You mean either Styx or Ricky?
Ricky, yes, that was it. Yes.
He most likely forgot.
Well,
I will go rouse the banners, so to speak.
the banners, yes. Though, Julian, we need to be quiet about that. My brother says we're not supposed to talk about that.
don't mean those banners. We're not in Restov.
No, no.
Okay.
Oh, okay. No, I misunderstood. He goes back to his stew.
And yeah, I'll see about getting a hold of Hastus and anyone else who is around the camp who was in a traveling party. Not Lara, because she's off
She's out and about.
mapping, Sticks and Ricky,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc., etc.
Okay.
And Hastus as well, and yeah, the rest.
Okay, well, I guess you'll need to go and interact with him. So I guess you go to see Hastus.
Yep. Where is Hastus?
The tent, if he isn't walking around. Making sure people aren't dying in the streets.
Well,
No,
as
you
I
do that
was
inside
here,
tents.
As I approached,
Much more polite.
As I approached Hastus, I was Master Hastus. Master Darrow would like a word.
Oh,
Seems
he's feeling better?
he seems a little bit more cognizant than before, although not entirely himself.
Hmm.
Not entirely sure he realizes quite how long he's been out.
Oh no. What do you mean by that?
Your little lady friend, he keeps bringing her up.
Oh. Well, I suppose I'd better go talk to him. And pass to Sol, make sure everything's in order where he is, and then quickly go to Lucio's tent.
Okay.
Although,
Lucio, Talon?
I've been waiting quite a while, Hastus. I really would prefer if you came sooner when I make these requests
Apologies, I was unaware.
to discuss, and we have some planning to do. I'm feeling a bit tired, Tolin. Could I have some more of that? Oh yes. Tolin gives him a sip of a bottle. Oh, yes, that's much better. Yes, I was saying there were things to plan. I asked if those that my brother has sent to serve me could also be present, as I think it would make sense for us to talk about this together.
Yes. I suppose I could wait, and Hastus looks to Julian, perhaps.
I will go find them and get them together. So I'll go search for Sticks and Ricky. And
Okay. So, Alara, you'll probably be. Will you just then roll on to the next hex, or would you come back?
I don't really know. You know, am I mapping out there, or am I coming back?
Well,
Probably
you
be
could
mapping out there, but
be mapping out there. Yeah, would be the most sensible thing to do.
what kind of scale am I mapping at?
Well, I guess 12 miles square per hex. Ha ha ha.
Yep.
But am I marking every tree? Am I marking
No. You're
every copse?
yeah.
You're looking for notable things and the general terrain type.
and actual relationships like distance.
Gentlemen, I'm going to have to go for a while. I'm getting called from work. I don't know how long this is going to take. It could be 5, it could be 20 minutes. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. These things happen.
Alrighty.